Hello Virgo, welcome to Creators on the Crest. My name is Stephanie, this is Blazer the Morkie, and we are bringing you your March monthly reading. Today I'll be pulling a card, or actually several cards, for your overall energy, and then we'll get into that lovely Celtic cross that I love to do for the monthly readings, and we'll close it off with a special message for the Virgo collective. As always, keep in mind these are general readings. Take only what resonates and leave the rest. I recommend checking out your sun, moon, rising, and north node readings. Those would be those placements in your astrology chart. That helps put the full picture together on things. If you're interested in working more one-on-one, please check the description below where I have links to my services as well as many other fun links. Happy birthday to all our Pisces brothers and sisters as we are celebrating Pisces season at the time of this video. Okay, Virgo, we're going to get you a few cards for your overall energy and jump in. The first card comes from the Angel Dreams Oracle. The second one from the Sea Soul Journeys Oracle. Whew. Whew. You got some energy behind you here, or energy that is wanting to be released, possibly. Let's see what we got going on here. Okay, so first up, Virgo, you got selenite, spiritual activation and stimulation. All right, so there could be some spiritual lessons on the horizon for you. There could be some spiritual upgrades coming up for some of you. You also got persist. May your ripples build and swell. This card is really reminding me that some of you have maybe taken for granted or forgotten what big of an impact you make on people. You have a wider influence than I think you've been giving yourself credit for. There's something coming up in the month of March for you. There's going to be some sort of spiritual realization around just how much of an impact you have. Some of you might be receiving some feedback from somebody that really helps you, really keeps you going, motivates you, inspires you. I do feel a slowdown here, so some of you are kind of coming out of possibly a slowdown. All right, let's get into this. Okay, Virgo, you're starting off your reading with your current energy being that of the Hanged Man. That's the kind of slowdown, the pausing energy that I'm sensing. There also may be some things that you don't want to look at, or possibly you're avoiding looking at, or you're just in such a cycle of rest at the moment that it's not quite yet time for you to see something. This energy is challenged by the Ace of Swords. This would be that spiritual information, that activation coming in. It does look like some of you are putting up a bit of resistance to this, and that you are doing so because you know the level of transformation that it's taking you toward. Some of the more messy energies that you have been maybe avoiding or numbing out, the emotional energies there, those could be coming up. That's usually a part of a spiritual activation. It all sounds wonderful, but there's got to be the mess, because you're releasing in order to allow in something new. And that's what I see for you. It looks like you're doing this in your earthy way that you like to do. You've got the Three of Pentacles here. And this is your needed focus. You're not in it alone. There are people around you who do hold supportive energies. You are still the artist, however. So there is a bit of challenge here, perhaps in close relationships to yourself and tending to those while you're having this spiritual activation of sorts here. So there may be some close relationships that you feel you have to place kind of on the back burner while you go through this, and not in a bad way, just it's that little bit of distance really helps you uncover what you need to for yourself in order to receive these new messages. I do feel like you being ruled by Mercury, your sign, it's very important to understand that this is going to be coming in as thoughts and knowledge and information and communication. I do think it's going to be a very mental kind of an experience. But I do like all the pentacles I'm seeing. I think you're going to figure out ways to ground the energy in. In the energy you're leaving behind, the Devil card energy here. This can represent energies of control and manipulation. However, I feel like this particular Devil card has a lot to do with letting go of the way that you think things should be, or the way you think things should line up, and understanding that there is some enjoyment in the mystery of things. There's also a letting go here of overworking and working too hard, putting in all the effort. You know, your fellow earth sign Capricorn, this is their energy, the Devil card, putting in all this effort and not really receiving the rewards. For some of you, this is a big lesson in valuing yourself. You may be receiving something, but it doesn't feel robust enough for what you're putting in. We're going to have to clarify that, Devil. That's going to be interesting to see what's going to get released as a result of that. This selenite keeps pulling to me as well. The selenite stone, sometimes it comes in a polished form, sometimes a wand or a rougher form. You really might want to work with that energy. It is a beautiful energy, very clearing. In your future position, you get the Ace of Pentacles. Now, this to me feels like after you're released from the bonds of the overworking and the undervaluing yourself. Some of you may already know this, but the actual physical transformation or the actual movement to a new job or a new relationship or a new friendship or a new collaboration hasn't happened yet. And you're going to see some movement in March. At the very least, you're going to be able to see the promise there that it's coming. Even if the whole thing doesn't gain momentum and traction throughout the course of the month, by the end of the month, you're going to see the possibility is there. So I think that's happening because there needs to be this time for you to release here. In your place of embodied empowerment, Virgo, you get the Two of Cups, love, relationships. Some of you have a partnering energy in your life. It could be a business partner, but I'm feeling romantic for some of you. Someone who is there, someone that maybe you've been neglecting or overlooking, maybe not even intentionally, but someone that has your back, is standing by your side, is enjoying watching you as you are filling your cup and is there for the long haul, it feels. In your place of support and allies, you have the Nine of Pentacles. This is where it becomes really important for you to recognize how far you've come, what you've accomplished, what you've been able to build, and the powerful energy, the ripple effect. Remember, you've got this persist, and it says, may your ripples build the swell. And this feels like you having some sort of recognition of how powerful your words are, how powerful your thoughts are, and the importance of how you wield those. There also could be someone in the business realm that is supportive of you. Could be this Three of Pentacles in your needed focus. Keep your eyes open around you for someone who could be a cheerleader or help you get promoted or offer you some sort of opportunity. In the position of your environment, you have the Ten of Pentacles. This feels like a good place to be when it comes to home and family space. You're feeling fulfilled. You're feeling perhaps relaxed even to where you're able to enjoy your environment. We also have a little wolf, a little familiar here with the character in the card. And so like Blaze here, some of you may have your little helper and feeling very good about them and how they add to your environment. For your hopes and fears, you get the King of Pentacles. I really feel like, Virgo, this is your energy. You're wanting to make sure that people know the real you. And I believe that includes, from what I'm seeing here, know your experiences. Maybe even know a little bit about some of your struggles with valuing yourself and raising the bar for yourself. there's a fear there of like, wow, that's kind of scary to reveal to others that I've gone through that. But there's also this authenticity there. There's also this realness and rawness there that feels very good. And I think that's something you're contemplating and maybe even having some dreams about. In the place of the potential outcome, you get the Seven of Cups. This would be choices opening up. By the end of the month of March, some really nice choices opening up. And typically I feel with this card, like, because it's 7 different cups and they have 7 different items in the cups and they all hold something different, it can be a little overwhelming. But it doesn't feel that way for you in this particular reading. It feels as if you welcome all the different options. This could be job opportunities opening up. This could be offers of some kind opening up and having more than one. And feeling good about that. Feeling like that's going to contribute to your success. So there's definitely some good feeling energies around that. Let's get in and get some clarifiers. Very interesting. What's going on here for Virgo with this Hanged Man energy? So right now, that pause, maybe feeling as if it's not time to make the big moves quite yet. This is clarified by the Knight of Swords and the Five of Swords. Yeah, you're feeling a bit of inner conflict here, Virgo. There's so many thoughts that you have running through you. There's so many directions you can take with this Knight of Swords. But the Knight of Swords energy and the Hanged Man energy are up at odds against one another. So at times you may be really pulled to do something, but there's something that interferes with it. But the energy of the Hangman, what you have to remember here is that it is important. It is necessary, especially when we tune into the energies of spirit and spiritual evolution. So I do sense this is frustrating you some. I do sense this can be hard because maybe there's creative downloads coming, but you're not able to execute them in your life quite like you would want. And that could be causing a little strain or a little bit of opposition there. I keep coming back here to this Nine of Pentacles and your support and allies, where I feel like the more you look at how far you've come, what you've been able to accomplish, what you've done, your accolades, so to speak, the more you will see the value of this pause time as well. It's just as valuable as the active time. And there's action actually happening during the pause. I just think for you, sometimes it's quite mental, so it can be a little bit mentally overwhelming. Yeah, you're giving me a lot of swords here. For this Ace of Swords in your challenge position, you get the Three of Swords and the King of Swords. You're carrying around some pain, unresolved pain. You are kind of under the impression that you can just think this away or will it away or figure it out like an analytical kind of problem, and you can find the solution that way. Unfortunately, that's not how it's going to work, and that is actually why you are spending more time in this Hanged Man position. It can be a hard thing at times to hear that you are carrying around pain and you are carrying around unresolved trauma, but it's actually quite common for nearly everyone on the planet. It's also not something that only involves the mental space. You must be open to the emotional energies as well. You must be open to grounding and protecting while you process the emotional energies. On the precipice of this spiritual activation and the way you're going to be stimulated moving forward, it's going to encompass more than just the mental facilities or the mental faculties is what I meant to say. And so that's why you're having such a hard time here. And you're kind of arrogant about it. You're kind of giving me this sense of like, you don't know better than me. And, you know, at the end of the day, you only know what's best for you. I'm telling you what the energies are showing though, and energy doesn't lie. And there's a pain here. And I have a feeling with this activation you're going through, it's going to have no choice but to be addressed and resolved. The less time you spend trying to think it away or put it out of your mind or ignore it, and the more commitment you give to yourself to being present with that pain and letting it go, but being present with it, not ignoring it. You won't be able to let it go if you ignore it. Ignoring it's just ignoring it. It stays there. You're just putting your thoughts on other things. This is very important here. This is very big for you this month. I'm also getting, for some of you, I just tried to swallow and got really choked up. This is affecting the way you communicate with others and the health level of that communication. So there could be some unhealthy communication going on here because you are avoiding whatever this is here. It's like your thoughts will go anywhere but that pain. But for a spiritual activation, for your ripples to build the swell, for you to be able to receive the robust abundance for the value that you add, you'll have to be dealing with that. That's just the way it goes. Every sign, I would tell every sign the same thing. In your needed focus with the 3 of Pentacles, you got the 8 of Pentacles and the Moon. And this is where, yes, something about your relationship to the way you work, to how hard you work, to what you're being paid for what you do, something is not quite lined up with the Moon here. Something does not make sense. Something is still eluding you or hiding in the shadows. Perhaps it is connected to that pain, that unhealed trauma or pain that you've got. We need to shine a little light on that. We need to let that moon wax until it's full and shine a little light on some of that darkness there. The path doesn't look super clear, and I think that's why you might be having a bit of a hard time. It's kind of like looking through some binoculars or a periscope or a telescope or something, but the lens is blurry. That's what it feels like. So it's time to possibly, even for some of you, move from focus on your day-to-day work to working on yourself, working on your emotions, working on the shadows within you. Or at least trying to find a balance with that at the very least. And that kind of leads me into this Devil card, because that's what I was kind of picking up at the beginning, is that there's not a match here for the work you're doing, the value you're trying to redefine this. You want to redefine this. For the Devil card, we got the 9 of Wands and the Queen of Wands. Whew, this really feels to me like injured masculine energy. So whether you're male or female, we all have the ability to connect with the positive and the negative, the yin and the yang. Our actions would be masculine. So there is something here with the actions, or if you are the male Virgo, with your masculine energy that is wounded, it's cautious, it's on guard from this past experience. And since we have the Queen of Swords here, this is possibly with a partner from the past. Queen coming up there with the King showing up in your challenge tells me there's still a connection there. I'm also getting a very sore feeling on the back left side of my throat. So those of you, there may have been some words that went unsaid, or there may have been some really damaging communication between you and this Queen from the past. It just doesn't feel good. It feels icky. It feels sickly. Remember, in your needed focus here, shifting on how you actually work every day, okay? And some of you, if you have analytical type of roles or things like that, or you're just day to day, what you do to work, and shifting from that to more of the emotional energies, I think if you do that, it will shine some clarity. It will be clear, that telescope, that periscope, those binoculars, so you can see more clearly where this pain body comes from and why you're so cautious in these energies here. Unless there's wounding. I mean, look here. There's wounding. This is the masculine energy of Virgo. So if you're the female Virgo, this is some action you took that got you hurt. If you're the masculine Virgo, that's you. In dealing with the Queen, the female energies possibly here. You're tempted. There's a lot of temptation coming out of that Devil card at the end there as I was switching focus. There's a lot of temptation to just pass over that and avoid it and not look at it. That's not true. You're not reading my energy. I'm like hearing some of your brains go there. But this is the energy. This is the energy that's coming up, and I read it as I see it. In the future position for that Ace of Pentacles, you get the Six of Cups and the King of Cups. Now see, this is where the energy is opening up. And this is the kind of energy that would have me telling you, oh my gosh, it's so worth it to heal this pain body, to admit this, to sit with it, to process the emotions related to it, cry if you need to cry, have the healthy means to express yourself. If you're angry, be able to go for a run, get some exercise in, maybe some vigorous cardio of some kind or something like that that's really going to help you, because the energies that are on the other side of this are actually quite beautiful. There's a lot of exchange of loving energies between you and another. There's this feeling of a return to innocence that feels really nice, and the heart feels full here with the King of Cups. Now remember, in this future energy, it was like something opening up to you with that Ace of Pentacles. Something from the past has affected your current relationships here. Could be with one person, could be with more than one person, could involve your business relationships as well. Something, that pain body related to someone from the past there, those wounded energies, those cautious energies, is affecting your ability to actually have your new beginning. That's what it's connected to it to that degree, where it's affecting you having a new beginning, because the energies aligned in the space of love for you, those have to be in place for you to be able to feel strong enough to enter this new portal with this Ace of Pentacles here and start this journey where you do feel valued, you do feel loved, you do feel supported. You're operating off an old pain body. That's why you're having trouble there. That's why you keep getting stuck over and over and over again. For some of you, a pattern that never ends. You have to pull yourself out by dealing with that. Some of you may need to find a therapist to talk to. And it may just simply be talking it out, getting your story out, crying a little bit. You know, you don't have to do every kind of therapy there is in the book, and you don't have to overdo this, you know, but you have to tend to this somehow. It would be nice maybe to have some support. We'll see if that comes up, because it's affecting your ability to be in healthy, open, loving relationships that are aligned with your energy in a way that you can move forward on the new path. One where you're valuing yourself, you're valuing others, and it feels good. Remember that place of embodied empowerment, Virgo, where you had the Two of Cups? You get the Page of Pentacles and the Two of Swords. So it really feels like right now you have someone around you who is very supportive of you. They're looking at you with admiration. They're looking at your potential energies. They see what you're growing into. They're very aware of that. They're very proud of that. They're feeling really good about it. And here is the energy of the Two of Swords, and that's a bit of a block. And so no matter how much this person helps empower you and helps you be yourself and be embodied, their energy alone can't do it. They can't do it alone, because you bring those swords back in and you say, you know, this is my doubt. And so even though this energy is showing up in your place of embodied empowerment, you're going to have to clear out that pain body that I talked about in the very beginning of this reading here. That's what this is all about. A current partnership that you're in, business, romantic, otherwise, is looking really good here. But you're not seeing it. You're blocking it. You're blocking it because of the pain of the past. It's very hard and difficult to see beautiful things beyond the pain, or when the pain is up and it's really up for us and in our energy and we're really hurting. It's like when you're sick, you know, it can be really hard to laugh and have a good time because you're sick and you're in discomfort and you're in pain, or there's dis-ease there, right? Same kind of thing. But you're blocking it with your mind right now, your very powerful mind. In your support and allies, you get the 8 of Wands and the World card. So you had the 9 of Pentacles. This was all about you recognizing how much you've built. And remember, I said some of you are probably going to be getting confirmation. This 8 of Wands, that's a rapid energy, a rapid, quick succession of maybe comments or compliments or words that help build you up, or energies that you feel uplifted and empowered by here. And with the World card showing up, I think that's very significant, because I think you're realizing that the dynamics of your relationship to everyone around you has become very clear, and or more clear than it ever was. And you're going to be able to see why it was important for some things to end in your life, so you could have these new beginnings coming up. I'm guessing for most of you Virgos, it is happening to you in multiple areas of your life. That's what I see here. So really, you are holding your own self back from moving through this portal. The only person in your way is you. Period. I'm going to call the reading that. The only person in your way is you. Only person in your way is you, Virgo. Let's look at this 10 of Pentacles in your environment, the 4 of Wands, and the 3 of Cups. Your home environment, feeling really good. Feeling really good, feeling like there is stability there. There is celebration there. Some of you may be going out and actually going to an event, which is a celebration, like a wedding, or possibly a baptism, or something very important for your family, right? A celebration, a child being born, like I said, friends getting married, birthdays, milestone birthdays, those kinds of things are coming up and feeling really good in the month of March. Also a really good time for you to socialize. A really good time for you to socialize and get other people's opinions on things and hear what other people are feeling, saying, and doing. There could be someone in your environment too that's going to open up about possibly their path of releasing and letting go some sort of pain body like you are needing to. And they may have a recommendation. I don't even think, it doesn't even feel like they're going to say, hey, you should go see so-and-so or go talk to so-and-so. I feel like this person's just going to share their story with you, and you will then inquire about, ooh, that's something that I could probably benefit from. Can I get a link, or can I get the information? Right? So be ready for that, because it helps you to further stabilize these energies that have been holding you back. And it might make you feel a little bit better going through these big portals that you're going through here. It's a very powerful time for you, but you can only harness the energy if you don't block it. And in order to unblock it, you're going to have to feel that pain. You're going to have to go through that. Doesn't mean you have to go through and feel like every single horrible sensation you felt the first time it happened, but there are energies around it that you're grasped onto, you're holding onto way too tight, and it just doesn't fit with the new energy. So really, that's up to you. It's up to you what you do here. For this King of Pentacles in your hopes and fears, you get the 4 of Cups and the 9 of Pentacles. Yes, you want to keep building, you want to keep growing, you want to keep evolving with that 9 of Pentacles. Remember, that's in your support and allies too. Recognizing how far you've come, what you've done, letting it be enough. Letting it be enough. And maybe right now you do need a little time to yourself. Maybe you want to take a little bit of this Hanged Man pause to really work with this pain body and really get it cleared out once and for all before you take on more. And it also seems to have something to do with keeping your heart open. Some of you may be afraid, well, it's hard for me when I'm going through a painful time to keep my heart open, even to the loving energies around me. These good news energies and the people that are, talking about their story and possibly sharing their resources with me. It's hard for me to be open to that. And I get that. But at the end of the day, where do you want to be? Where do you want to be? Do you want to feel more free? Do you want to keep evolving? Do you want to grow? Do you want to get your emotional energies in balance? If so, continue on. Let's look at this 7 of Cups in the potential outcome here. You get the Ace of Swords and the 10 of Wands. Very interesting, because you had the Ace of Swords in your challenge position. But if you're willing to work through this trauma, work through the pain, work on letting it go, and put your focus on it for the month of March. I think it's really important. It's coming up in March for a reason. Putting your focus on it. You know, we're going to have the spring equinox. We're going to have, I think we're having a powerful, I think it's in Virgo. I think the aspects for the eclipses coming up are in Virgo. There's a lot of powerful energies that you could really ride that magic carpet, if you know what I'm talking about here. That's what it feels like with this Seven of Cups energy. She's on a dragon. Could be a magic carpet though too. I feel like that Ace of Swords is kind of coming full circle. It's like you've wielded it, you've cleared out the energies, and it comes full circle. We have the Ten of Wands here though. And that could represent for some of you the hard work that it takes to work through these energies. That could represent that some of you are going to be taking on more responsibility as a part of this. More accountability. There's a clarity here that comes from the responsibility and the accountability that you're taking with all these choices. It may feel heavy at times. I don't think that's unreasonable to say, because anytime we're going through great transformations and these growth cycles and we're having these spiritual activations, it can absolutely feel heavy. But this is the clarity you've been looking for. This is the breath of fresh air. And I think that's very important for you. That come the end of the month or into April even for some of you. Yep, there it is. I'm having a release. Whew. From the heart to the throat, I can feel the energy flowing there. You're going to find a new voice inside yourself. You're going to find that new clarity. Virgo, let's get you a card from the Whispers of the Ocean Oracle to close off your reading. Ooh, here we go again, too. Remember, you had persist. May your ripples build the swell. And you got number 11, Virgo, the persistent drive. See what you desire and move toward the goal. It's time to zero in on your purpose. Use your intuition and your instincts to guide you to the optimal outcome. Look what we got there. Got some tiger fish and some tiger sharks. And I'm going to show you something else here too, Virgo. The most powerful of the big cats, you got tiger in that Nine of Pentacles. It's really time for you to step into your power this month. Awesome reading, Virgo. Thank you so much for joining. I look forward to seeing you at the next one.